America. It is Pride Month, and all of June there are events celebrating the LGBTQIA plus community across the nation. Now, one event to teach kids about acceptance and tolerance is facing a lot of controversy from parents and taxpayers. Drag queen story hours are commonly held at libraries or schools. Organizers consider it an educational event, giving kids a positive queer role model. But some in New York City and elsewhere find it inappropriate. They don't want their kids or their tax dollars attending such events. Dre Clark is joining us now to talk about this a little bit more. Dre, first of all, I have to ask, are these events optional or are these part of the regular school curriculum?
In some cases, it's optional, but here in New York City, some parents say they were not aware that their children were being exposed to drag queens coming into the school and reading to them. And in some schools, it's also part of the curriculum. That's also a reason why many parents are upset. But meanwhile, for the last 7 years or so, drag queens have been reading to young people all across the country in public schools and at public libraries. It's called Drag Queen Story Hour. And what you may not know is that the program is partly taxpayer funded.
In Hoboken, New Jersey, Miss Harmonica Sunbeam is captivating her young audience with animated reading and fun singing. Sunbeam uses Drag Queen Story Hour to teach kids about acceptance of themselves and tolerance of others who may look different or love differently.
I may tell a story about a kid who has two moms. I may tell a story about a kid who has a black parent and a white parent.
Drag Queen Story Hour originated in San Francisco in 2015 and has since established chapters across the country and around the world. In New York City, drag queens have been reading in public schools and libraries since 2018. NewsNation Learning, the nonprofit organization, has received more than $200,000 in state and city contract money to present the hour-long readings. Critics say that's too much taxpayer money spent on the program, and in some cases, parents claim they did not know their kids were being exposed to the program. The city's Department of Education telling the New York Post, "We believe our schools play a critical role in helping young people learn about and respect people who may be different from them." Over the weekend, members of the Proud Boys, an extremist group, stormed a public library near San Francisco, interrupting a drag queen hour reading, yelling homophobic and transphobic slurs. The Alameda County Sheriff's Office has launched a hate crimes investigation. And last week in Texas, a lawmaker announced plans to push for legislation banning minors from attending drag-related events. But back in Jersey, no one's complaining, at least not on this day.
People not getting the exposure to things outside of their own little circle, and the earlier the better to know that, there's a lot outside of your backyard.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis recently suggested that he's open to having the Department of Child Protective Services in his state to investigate parents who either take their children to a drag queen-related event or allow them to attend. Another Florida lawmaker is proposing legislation that would charge parents with a felony and terminate their parental rights for what he would call exposing their children to, quote, a perverted sex show aimed at young people in Florida.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.